What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Well, welcome to a very special edition of
Come on.
Marriage Monday. Yes.
Patio edition.
Or hot seat edition, I think we should call it.
I just said it's
Yeah,
hot.
because
Yeah.
it is hot, and then
It is.
Cyndi and I are putting ourselves in the hot seat here
Yeah.
with Zack and
Very
Izabella, who are how many months away from getting married?
8 months. We got a long
Yeah.
time. We got a
8
good
months?
Good
Okay.
stretch.
Yeah, you got a good run.
Yeah.
But you've also
For
given
sure.
yourself some challenges because you're planning a wedding while you're in completely different states.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
In different states, in a different state. So
Yeah.
it's the whole
Not even in the same
trifecta
state
of.
as the wedding, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You're here in California. You're in Florida
Yeah.
planning a wedding in New York.
It's so much fun.
That
Wow.
sounds like
Nothing
it's
short
easy.
of incredible.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's a bold strategy because if you can figure this out, everything else is downhill from
We're
here.
either setting ourselves up for success or failure. It just depends on which one down the road. We'll
Yeah,
see.
that's true.
Yeah.
So what we decided is for all of you out there, because we have people that are single, people that are engaged, people that have been married, watching this, we thought we'd have some fun with you guys, and we're going to call it the Hot Seat Edition because we don't know what questions they're going to ask. There's not going to be any post-editing, so we're very much
Come on.
right here, living on the edge.
Yeah.
So we don't know what it is that they're going to ask, but we're going to do our best to
gonna be a good
answer
one.
it,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens.
We got some heaters.
Okay. All right.
He's kidding.
So kick us off.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all you.
Well, so how do you guys think? I know love languages is like a popular term right now,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure if it was talked about as much when you guys first got married. But how do you think that your love languages have changed since year one, first year,
23rd.
third?
Wow.
23rd, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a lot older than I am, so.
Yeah. Same with her, but me. You know what I mean?
Wow. Wow.
I don't know. I wonder if our love languages have changed or what. How I don't even really know that I knew what mine was at this at this stage of the game where you
Yeah.
guys were.
Yeah.
I don't even know because I didn't learn about that till later on.
Yeah.
So you guys are like way ahead of us in
Really
terms.
talked
Seriously, in
about.
a lot of ways, you guys are way ahead of us. But I don't know that I even knew about what love languages were till probably much later on in marriage. But I think I could identify mine pretty easily, and it's kind of been the same. Mine is acts of service.
Gotcha.
So I think it's kind of always been that. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think we should probably let people know that have never read the book,
Yeah.
The 5 Love Languages,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what they are.
Yeah.
So this is
Okay.
Yeah.
we're going
This
to
is
test
the
you
test.
guys.
This is good.
So we-
Okay.
Okay.
Acts of service,
It's
physical
physical
touch,
touch.
Yep.
Time spent.
time spent,
Quality
Words of
time.
yeah.
Time spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
words of affirmation, and
And
gifts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
She's
right.
got it way better. than
Yes.
me. I know
So
that.
so Cindy's love language straight off is acts of service. So like when we got married and IKEA, I
Yeah.
hate. I mean, my version of hell is put me in a room with instructions in Swedish or Danish
That's funny.
with one of those little tools that they give
Yeah.
you,
Ouch.
and then all of these unfurnished pieces of furniture. That for me keeps me running to Jesus. Just the idea that would be eternity without Jesus right there.
To
So
me, that
it.
sounds like a fun.
yeah, for
fun
her,
more on the yeah.
she's
Let's
like,
put it together.
this is so exciting.
Make something out of nothing.
Let's take our whole date and put together the Ixenborgen or whatever the
Sounds
name
good
of
to
that,
me.
whatever that drawer or shelf combination was. Yeah, so I had to learn because mine was definitely physical touch and
time spent,
and
quality
time,
time.
time spent.
So I like to merge the two. I'm like, let's take your love for
This was her
quality
answer.
time and let's spend it doing something.
There you go.
Right.
And he's like, that's not what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
That's
definitely
not
have
quality
very
time.
different love languages.
Yeah.
I think they've probably been the same, but we just
Yeah.
have to learn how to do the give and take. So like for him, like for me, I love to spend time with them, but like stuff also has to get done.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
it's that give and take of like, it's just kind of always been that way. Sometimes more give, sometimes more take.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
But like,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of a long day, I'll be like, let's wash the cars. He's like, yeah.
Acts of service, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
But, like,
because
you
it
know,
is time spent.
Yeah.
The time spent doing something that she loves, which ultimately,
And I'll rub your arm while we do it.
Yeah.
So we're-
ultimately leads to physical touch at some point, right?
Yeah.
it does.
Have you guys gotten better over time at like finding ways to like fulfill those like love languages in each other? Like, have you gotten better at doing that, or is it still? Have you guys always been like good at it, or has it been hard to figure out?
That's a good question. I feel like we always have to work at it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always work, because I think no matter how much you love the other person, you're always going to want what you want.
Yeah.
You know
No
what I mean?
doubt.
Like,
No doubt,
I
yeah.
could be passionately in love with you, but I can be like, you know.
It ain't happening tonight.
Yeah.
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 100%.
So I think no matter how like, in love you are, like, we're still going to always fight, like, that selfishness,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah,
but at the
that's
same
true.
time, like, you know, you do want what you want. So I think it's like you spend your entire life learning how to not be selfish. You spend your entire marriage learning how to serve.
Yeah.
And if you're both doing that as best to your ability, then you will be serving the other person. But I feel like it's always work. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes we enjoy it more than others, but I think it's always work.
Yeah, I think especially, but early on, face to face with how selfish I was, and thinking I was a generally pretty good guy.
Yeah.
And then I got married, and all of a sudden, like, I'm having to give all the time.
Yeah.
Like, not just sometime, like, not just when I'm on, like, ready to impress
sure.
her, but like early in the morning, late at night,
Yeah.
after a long day at work, and I'm still having to choose to give. And I just came face to face, mirror just like a mirror. I came face to face with the reality that I am at the core of it, I am a selfish person.
Yeah.
And apart from Christ, like Cyndi was saying, I'm always going to choose to serve my agenda instead of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then even more so when you have kids. You come
Oh,
that
that's-
again
yeah.
even more so, because you're like,
that's a whole nother.
you know,
Definitely.
they drain the tank sometimes.
Yeah. That's gonna hit me like a boulder.
But
I'm
it's
so
good.
selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when we're long distance, I can do whatever I want whenever I want.
Right.
Same with her.
Yeah.
So, and quality
Yeah.
time is one of hers. So that's been like the biggest thing for us to
So
figure
yours
out.
is quality time and yours is acts of service?
No.
No.
Yes, no.
A more words
He's
of
words of
affirmation.
affirmation.
Words of
Yeah.
affirmation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like literally 2 sentences can be, I'm great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's definitely different. Those are two very different things. Quality time
Yeah.
is one word. It's time. the other
Requires
one.
time.
And the other one's like, all right, we're good to go. So it's definitely,
Yeah.
definitely something we've learned a lot in the last 6 months specifically.
Yeah.
That's so good
For sure.
because
Yeah.
you can give her a couple words of affirmation and think that she's golden,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that's it.
you would
That's
be,
it all the time.
but she's just like,
Yeah.
hello, that was 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm looking for a couple hours
Exactly.
I've
here.
also found out that I'm so physical touch, and he's not, despite
Yeah,
like
not.
the stigma that boys always
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, like a hug or like hold my hand or like
Yeah.
do this is like way more than
Yeah.
like you're so pretty or like you're so
Oh,
great at what
that's-
you
Yes,
do.
yeah, I thought it was the
Yeah.
opposite. So
Yeah.
all the time I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
So-
why don't you want to touch me?
yeah. It's been a journey. We're learning, that's for sure. That's
But,
Totally.
but just like going to a foreign country and learning the language there,
Yeah.
by you guys just understanding we have different languages and we
Yeah.
need to learn them.
Definitely.
That it's going to take work. It's not going to come
sure.
automatically.
Yeah.
But wow, how much better you enjoy the country
Yeah.
when you actually
No
know the
doubt.
language.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
and then you get to spend the
That's
rest of your
true.
life figuring out how to work that out with each other, and
Yeah.
that really is. And then all the seasons you'll go through, and with work and kids and wherever God takes
Yeah.
you guys, that just becomes more and more beautiful as you work it out.
Oh, that was such a good question, and that was only one end. You guys
Yeah.
probably got like a list of
We got
questions.
we got
right?
a whole laundry list, that's for
We
sure.
do.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
goodness! I think we might have to go.
Week 2.
Yeah, a week 2
All
on
right.
this. Are you guys okay with that? You guys okay with that?
Ready
Yes.
for it.
Doing
Yeah,
some
yeah.
more?
Ready for it,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, let us know in between week 1 and week 2 if there's any questions that you would like us to answer in the hot seat. We are so thankful for you guys spending this time with us.
time.
We're
Awesome.
really excited for what God's going to do through you guys because you both are in love with Jesus before you met each other. And that love is just going to deepen as you continue on this road together. So,
Fun journey.
yeah,
No
yeah.
doubt.
We're going to do this together. And we are excited for what God's doing with each of you. Thank you for the time, and we'll see you for part 2 of the hot seat
Next week.
next week.
What is love?